In another matter, you are aware that him and I serve in the bipartisan talks. We are trying to put back the country from the streets to the boardroom like you are seated here. And you are aware of the events of last night where we had a deadline of up to midnight. And therefore my chair had to be involved in trying to make sure that the country travels in the path of peace. I'm happy to announce, away from this, that the talks are likely to resume this afternoon for the sake of the country. We, from the onset, want to congratulate you, the Asset Recovery Agency, on this very auspicious occasion of you launching your first strategic plan. Because I'm aware the Asset Recovery Agency has existed for now nearly about 8 years. And I can only imagine how it has been without a strategic direction. And therefore, Brigadier Mate and your staff at the Asset Recovery Agency, congratulations. We may have one hand's clap for them because it is quite an achievement. Number two, as you look for friends, you look for friends at the State Law Office, as you look for friends elsewhere, please make sure that Parliament is your best friend. You make Parliament your best friend because you are aware under the Constitution, Article 95, if I'm not wrong, it is Parliament that has the power to make law, we legislate. It is Parliament that has the power to appropriate in terms of the resources that you need to do your work. It is also Parliament that is given the role of oversighting all agencies of the state. And therefore, we will be interacting with you in many, many different forms. The policies that you want to have, any amendments, any regulations that you may want to have in terms of strengthening the work that you are doing, all of that may, for it to have the force of law, must come to Parliament. For you to get money to do the things that you want to do, you must come before the Justice and Legal Affairs Committee, which is the committee that interacts with you on behalf of Parliament, and therefore we request you that make Parliament your very good friend. I was specifically requested by my chair and the other members that you consider it necessary to organize an interaction that you may take us through your strategic plan, so that as we interact with you and as you come before us seeking for budgets, we may also be understanding what it is that you are seeking money to do. Because our role is also to make sure that the monies that we give to you are spent well, but we are also giving you money for the sake of public interest. Number three, because this is an occasion for the Attorney General, and I want to conclude, to also tell you that as members of Parliament, we are well seized with our obligations as a country in terms of combating the illicit flows of finances, both in and out of the country. But we are also thinking it is very good, these things. But from a national standpoint, it may be good for you to also focus especially more on outflows. Because where we are as a country, we require all the monies that we can get, not illicit, but we require all the monies that we can get. So hear me to be saying, please also focus on people who are taking our money outside the country, so that we can have as much money here to create the jobs and to do all these things that we want to do. So without much ado, those are my brief comments. Also to say that several issues of concern that we will be dealing with you as you move forward. We know it is not your exclusive mandate, but you know, as Parliament, we also represent the people. And the people we are representing are saying that between yourselves, the Central Bank and the Financial Report, the FRC, the ceiling that you are setting for 1 million in terms of declaration may require to be reviewed. And you have had none other than the President also speaking about it. Think about it and advise us as experts in the field on what needs to be done. That is what the people we represent. And I would be doing myself disservice if the people I do not do that which the people are saying. The people are saying, and I'm aware the Attorney General has also heard, because the Attorney General is partly wears the cap of the Attorney General and also wears the cap of a people's representative, having been a speaker, having been a member of Parliament. The people are saying, for the sake of the economy, we may want to look at it. And we know of jurisdictions in the world that have also reviewed, much as they are also signatories to some of these instruments. We also oversight your sister agencies, like the Ethics and Anti-Corruption Commission. We listen to all of you when you appear before us. The people we represent and our committee are saying, please harmonize your functioning. We do not want agencies that are all functioning by dint of monies appropriated to them from taxpayers to appear to be working in a counterproductive manner. Find a way, you are very intelligent Kenyans, of making sure that one, you do not duplicate your duties, but also you are working in harmony. You are working in harmony because you are working for the same people. You are working for the same Kenyans. You are working for the same world. And that is important. Finally, you know where we are coming from in terms of our history of investigative agencies, where investigative agencies were used for political targeting. The people we represent are also asking you, as you launch your strategic plan, to be worried about being used for political manipulation and being used to target perceived political enemies, so that you jealously guard your independence, because it is only that way that the people of Kenya will have confidence in you as an asset recovery agency, so that when you come for my assets, the people of Kibwezi do not say, you are targeting me because I come from that side of the world. I don't know whether you understand me. And so, the Honorable, the Attorney General, also congratulations for making it to be here. We know this department has been domiciled. You have incubated, the State Law Office has incubated this department. We have heard some rumor, I don't know whether it is true, that now they want to leave the Attorney General's chambers and start working on their own. If that is true, I have been requested by my committee to say we shall support you so that you can stand on your own. Through appropriating, I know in the budget now we have done a few things that will be announced when the minister, because it is not yet, the minister makes his speech in Parliament, you realize in your budget we have done a few things to institutionalize, to assist in your pillar for institutionalizing in terms of the staff that you want to get from the different departments. That I am aware has been agreed between our committee and the budget committee, so that you may start the journey going forward in February when we come to supplementary. And because the head of your department, so to speak, is the Attorney General, who is our former speaker, we are likely to treat you in a manner that is more favorable. Finally, I was discussing with the Attorney General, and we were looking at your presentation. As in the chart where you have your partners, the National Assembly did not appear. Please remember always that we are your #1 partner. We may not be very friendly when you appear before us, but that is what we are called upon to do. Number two, you termed the Attorney General as a ministry. Strictly speaking, under the Constitution, the Attorney General is not a ministry, and the Attorney General is not a cabinet secretary. We are just going through Article 152, President, Deputy President, the Attorney General, and then cabinet secretaries. And this is something that we need to put in our heads, that the Attorney General is not a cabinet secretary. The Attorney General is the Attorney General. He's the Attorney General of the Republic of Kenya. He sits in cabinet as the Attorney General, not as a cabinet secretary. I mean, I'm not correcting. I'm just stating what the Constitution says. But there's been that confusion in a lot of our minds. So thank you very much and congratulations. We'll be with you, we'll work with you. Find an appropriate time in September, August, end of August, that you can organize an interaction between us. You take us through your strategic plan, we understand you. So then when you appear before us, we know what it is that you want to achieve. May we wish you all the success. We want you to recover as many assets to the state, and you retain a little, so that when you come before us, you are not asking for a lot of money. You are only asking to fill in the gap. Thank you very much, and may God bless you.
Thank you, Honorable Mutuse. Also, once again, before you get on stage, we have a token of appreciation from the